Hey guys, welcome back to Burnout's Hot Rod Shop. On this episode, I hit, let's see, what did I hit? Hit a yard sale last night. Hit the Blue Ridge Flea Market today. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Hit up my dollar tool guy. Got one vendor at Blue Ridge. Gets really nice dollar tools. So I'll show you some really cool stuff that came from him, along with some other things. So sit back, relax, and let's get through this haul. All right, so as you can see, we got some goodies out here on the table. We will start off with what I picked up at the yard sale I went to on Friday night. First thing I got were these Craftsman locking pliers. I always pick those up when I see them, just like if I see the Made in USA vice grips, I pick those up. Next thing, same guy, same table, were these Robo grips. I just like having these around. These are definitely user quality, but they're actually handy. In fact, I used to always think they were a gimmick tool. I use them quite often. And if you don't know, you can lock these by sliding up and they let go, right? No, slide up, push forward, let go. I also got this auto grip, which is from Cleveland Wrench Company. This is that spring-loaded hook style. It needs oiled. It's sticky. I did knock the rust off. Most of these tools you'll see here, I knocked the rust off. I did the old patented Scout Crafter wire brush evaluation. And he also had these groove pliers or water pump pliers or whatever you call them. And they're Craftsman. Hard to see that number in there. But I think they're the 12 or 14 inch. The number, I can actually see it here at the side better, is 45305, Yeah. Still really hard to see. They're not in too bad a shape. They need a good cleaning. And then finally, were these big guys. So these are diamond caulk and horseshoe, groove joint pliers, and they're the HL116, which means that they're a 16-inch plier. So if we look at these, compared it to the Craftsman, so I say these are like a 13 or 14 inch, 12 or 14 inch. The guy also had, so basically I bought these two water pump pliers, the Robo grips, and the Craftsman locking pliers. He wanted $15. He wanted $20. I talked him down to $15 on those. But he had a free table. There's a lot of things I didn't need at the free table, but this was on the free table. And then 4 50-count boxes of two of them were 20 grit and 2 were 50 grit grinding discs. And they're all 3M. So those things, if you know anything about those, I think the 20 pack right now is about $50. And I got 50 packs. I got 4 of the 50 packs. So for the things I do around here, I was not going to complain about that. So that's what I picked up at the yard sale. All the rest of this, and actually the next load of stuff that I got at Blue Ridge. We'll start off with the hammers. I got these from a guy I buy a lot of stuff from. He charged me $5 for the pair. So $2.50 a piece. And this is the marked side. Hard to see, but it is a Blue Point by Snap-on. It does have some damage right on the end of the handle. But what I may end up doing is chopping the handle off right here, making it effectively that long. I usually like shorter ball peen hammers anyway. So I may just chop that off and bevel an edge on it and be done with it. The head itself is still nice and tight. And the other hammer he had was this guy. He's a little bit larger. And this one, I don't know why the camera's not wanting to focus at all today. This one, if you can see that, it is a Challenger. So it's a proto hammer, and the head on it's nice and tight. And again, $2.50, $5 for the pair is what he charged me. This guy I picked up from a vendor from his dollar bin. And I did take tub of towels to it. It was crusty. But if we look at it, it's a Vaco, and it's the 1/4. So that Vaco set that I picked up at Jacktown was missing. I had one of the drivers, nut drivers, that was missing. This nut driver was one of the others at the 1/4. So that just leaves the black, gosh, what would that be? 3/16 black handled. It'd be the only one I need to finish off that set. So I was happy to pick that up for $1. This screwdriver, you can see how much paint and crust is on here. The entire screwdriver looked that way. I just took tub of towels to it. You could not read SK. That entire panel was just painted over. And this entire panel was brown. There's still some on the edges. Like I say, it looked like that all the way across it. The guy gave this to me for free. You can look and see that tip is in really nice shape. It's just the paint that's on it. The guy's like, that thing has got so much paint on it, it'll never get cleaned up. There's another guy I buy a few things from. Talk to him every week. He's like, you can just have that one. I bought some other stuff that we'll see here in a minute. So I'll always take a free SK screwdriver. He had a proto, but the proto screwdriver was so mangled, someone had taken pliers to it. There was no saving it. All the rest of this stuff here came from my dollar guy. There's one other piece that will be with the other stuff. He charged me $15. I think there's 17 or 18 pieces. He charged me $15 for everything that's here. So first we got these T handles. And these are going to be hard to see. But if you can't see that, they are Walden Worcester. So this one's one of the shorter ones. They sound nice. And then 3 different longer ones. So I think that gives me a nice set, partial set of these Walden T-handles. I'm not a big Walden collector, but these things are cool. And again, wire brush evaluation, these things were so rusty, it was hard to tell what they were. I actually picked up 3 of them and sat them down because I just thought they were generics. And I picked one up and you could read Walden pretty well on it. I went back and grabbed the others and threw that in the bag. Let's see, we'll start off with one of the oddballs. This one's a Barcelo. And it is, I'll pull it up here because 9/16 1/2. And this, I think, is my favorite pattern on the Barcelos, that diamond shape that goes across the body. I really like these Barcelos. I probably have enough to make 3 sets, but I always pick them up when I see them. And we'll get into the Craftsman. Double open, underline C. It's an N4, forged in USA, and it is the CI. This one, if I remember right, it's crusty enough. Yeah, you can't make out a size on it. I actually don't even see where there was a size like on this end. But that was in the group. I don't pass up any underline C's. Here's another underline C. Forged in USA, CI. Actually, don't think these have a size on them because this one's in much better shape. And one thing I noticed is this shape is a lot beefier in here than my other underline C's. So I'm not sure if this is one of the earlier underline Cs or something. I'm not that big of an expert on the underline Cs. I love them, but I don't know the nuance like that. And then finally, you see on this one we have a size. So we got a 7/16 by 3/8. And it's the Craftsman Vanadium, forged in USA, CI. So we got the 3 underline Cs. I did pick up this little Husky USA. That's a 5/16. And all the rest of this is Williams. So here, these are 2 7/28. That's the more modern logo. That's the oval. So this one, the 7/28 stamped on this side. A pair of 7/28s. Here we've got 2 engineering wrenches. This one's a mark to 3/8. Yep, they're both 3/8 number 3s. And they're both the oval logo. Another double open, oval logo. It's a 3/8 1/4. These are the ones back, it became the USS where they measure the bolt size is the actual measurement you have. And then that would be the head that fits a bolt that size. That's why that's definitely not 3/8 across. Yeah, let's jump into this one. This is a 708A. It's the newer logo. And this one is a 1 3/8. And that's the standard sizing we use today. Here we've got an adjustable spanner. And it's a Williams adjustable spanner. And I think, I'm going to check the pin size. That may be this adjustable spanner I need to open up the ratchets. And finally, we've got this one. Now, this one is kind of unique. Over here, we've got the Diamond W. We've got the old school sizing. So it's telling me it's a 9/16 by 5/8, and that's way bigger. But what I found interesting with this one is it is not the oval logo. It is not the newfangled fancy logo. It is just a square stamped on Williams logo. So I think this is their very first logo that they only ran for a year or two. I'm going to have to check with Alloy Archaeology. But I vaguely remember them saying that that was like a 1 year or 2 year only marking. So I'll have to check into that. But definitely cool. And I never pass up the old school Williams either. So let me get this cleared out, and I'll grab the next group of stuff for you. Okay, so this group is some really cool in the box, not new, but well taken care of in the box Craftsman stuff. We'll start off with this guy. And this is a drilling and routing adapter. Still has the cellophane. Here's Craftsman logo on this one. Gives you a little how it works on the back. Part number is the 9 and then 3239. And yeah, no barcode or anything, so it tells you it's pretty old. This I got from the dollar guy. So that was $1 or thereabouts. Like I say, there were like 17 pieces and he charged me $15. Couldn't pass that up, still being in the cellophane. All the rest of this came from the guy that I got the SK screwdriver from. So he sold me this grouping for $10 and gave me the SK screwdriver for free. We'll start off over here. Here we've got a drill bit grinding attachment. So we open this up. Here we've got the drill bit sharpener. It's in really nice shape. And the instructions. So that's how you use your grinder to sharpen drill bits. And of course, always wear your safety glasses. Over here, set this aside. We've got the staple tacker, exclusive shift lock high reg power drive. The box is in pretty good shape. It's Crown logo. Stapler itself seems to be in really nice shape. The instructions are all in the box. The coolest thing that was in the box with this, though, was the receipt. So the gentleman that bought it paid cash. He paid $13.85 just for this piece. And he bought it March 4th, 1968. That's a pretty cool receipt. So I paid less for all this than he paid. The guy got both these pieces and this from the same gentleman. So he paid more for the stapler in 1968 than I paid for all of it in 2026. We got a staple under there. Don't want to mess up that receipt because that receipt's too cool. And then he also had this in another box. And it's the staples that would go with the stapler. Still in the box. It's full. I'm not going to go opening it all the way up. I wasn't sure if it was the type with an open top or not. It's not. And on this side, we got the Crown logo. So definitely cool. So what'd you think, guys? Like my new tool apron? I got that because way too much crap flies at me on the wire wheel. What was your favorite? For me, it's a tough one. I like those Walden T handles. I like the Craftsman stuff in the box. Those giant, 16-inch diamond pliers are really cool. So, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. But I'm leaning towards the Walden T handles. I think those are going to be my favorite this week. Let me know what yours is. Until next time, guys, remember, I'm burnout. I love you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it.